Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Elaine. Today we're doing the next prompt for Journal Journal July 2025, which is desk setup / workspace. So let me take you on a tour of my workspace. So for this I wanted to do kind of something pretty simple, like this is where I am right now, that's where I'm working. So I want to include this photo, and then I just picked out some fussy cuts to kind of do a bit of a collage that represents the things that I do in my workspace. And I'm going to create a painted background first using the same paint that I used yesterday. And I think I'm going to dab it down with a sponge. If I can find a sponge, I'll just cut off a bit of this packing foam. I think this came with paint actually, and use that to create a fairly simple background because it's going to be mostly covered with a collage anyway. So just something on the outside, and I'm going to add a bit to this side as well, just to bring the two pages together. The paint looks quite different to doing it on the envelopes, but they were such a deep pinky purple color that that's not surprising at all. But I'm going to go over it the same way with the white ink that doesn't feel like ink to me. It's kind of waxy paint, I don't know what it is. But I'm going to go dab that on as well the same way, and then ink the edges of the pages in this Distress ink from Tim Holtz. And I will do that as well with the fussy cuts that I've picked out and the image. So we're just going to work on that there now. I wish this stayed with that effect, but it rubs off. You can see there it didn't stay very well. And I meant to get some hairspray and spray it, but I just wasn't bothered. I didn't want to have to deal with the smell of hairspray. I'm just going to do a kind of border around on this. Getting the white kind of blends it in a bit better over here. I thought maybe this white ink paint stuff might just need longer to dry, but I've left it for several hours now and it is still coming off on my fingers. So bad review for that. But I'm just going to ink the edges with the festive berries on my fussy cuts and on my image, and we'll just work from there. We'll just do a collage. These fussy cuts are from a kit that I made that will be on my coffee page at some stage. I'm not sure when, but it will be up on that. And I printed them on sticker paper, which the sticky side is really good, but I think the quality of the paper isn't that great. They came out much lighter than I expected them to. Now it could be my ink, either I'm not using the best quality ink. I really wanted to have a cat on this because my cats often come into the room with me while I'm working in here, and they are just such lovely company. I do want to use the laptop instead of the typewriter, but the laptop you just lose that it's a laptop, so I said I'd do the typewriter. It's so peaceful here today. There's no cows in the field, or at least not yet. I'm sure they'll be there later. They're probably off being milked. And I don't know where the bull goes when the cows are being milked. They're my neighbour's animals, so I have no idea what goes into farming. Why did I even bother painting the background? Well, it was fun anyway. And then I'm going to cut away the excess then. Yeah, they're good sticky, but the print quality wasn't great. But then, like I said, it could be the ink in my printer. I have cheap ink in it because I am cheap. I just do so much printing. I can't bring myself to spend that much money on ink when I'm only printing for myself. Like here, it doesn't need to be amazing quality. So that's where I choose to spend. I like to go for high quality paper if I can, because the high quality paper still isn't like overly expensive in comparison to the ink. Ink is very expensive. I was going to add some labels maybe here and here, but I think it's actually quite busy as it is and it doesn't really need anything else, so I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.